but you've got to like move the... You really don't know how to do this, do you?
For someone who hates selfie sticks, you know an awful lot about using them.
I'm not, like, it's not a selfie stick thing, it's just a, like, how to angle the camera at something that you're trying to put in a shot.
You're the professional, yeah, but I've never done it with it on the end of a stick before. So why are you such a soggy sog today?
Mother would like to tell the story of us getting food poisoning, but I'm not going to let her tell it because she's going to go into all the gory details. So long story short, we had grocery store bought lunch on the train from Milan to Nice, and by the time we got to Nice, I was ready to bring it all back up again.
She just made it to
And
the room.
we just got to the hotel room, and then that's about all of Nice that either of us saw.
Mind you, what was really, really good.
At least we had an ensuite.
Yeah, we got to the check-in and they said, "Oh, we've upgraded you to a private ensuite room, free of charge." We were going to be in a dormitory with a shared toilet.
And we spent a lot of time in the ensuite. That is the end of that story.
So it was a really...
That's the end of the story. There's no more to tell. We all know what food poisoning involves.
So
We're
that was-
still exhausted.
Yeah, so one night in Nice,
Like 2 days later.
and the bed happened to be really hard. I mean, it was the hardest bed I have ever slept on, and I've tromped through Asia on some pretty bad beds.
And I don't think I slept at all.
No, I reckon I maybe got a couple of hours sleep, and probably not all at once. Then we jumped on the train, and it was like a 4.5 hour trip. And luckily, of course we had facing seats, so one of us had to go backwards. We were just like looking at each other and going, "Oh no, neither of us could go backwards." And this is like, you know, Rose had only just sort of stopped hurling in the morning. I wasn't so bad, but I never can go backwards on a train. It always makes me feel sick. So, and the trouble with European trains is you can't shift the seats the other way like you can in Australian trains. So somebody's always going backwards. Rose put the arms down and she stretched out on the seats
And slept for like most of the train journey.
and slept. And
Which shows how little I had actually slept the night before, because sleeping on trains is not an easy thing for me.
But a man came along and slept on the 3 seats on the other side of the table from where Rose was, so I couldn't do that. So I'm sitting up on the other side going... And it was like being in a plane for that last 5 hours after you've been flying for 22 hours, and I was just going... I was
And at
so
one point,
sleepy.
I woke up and the ticket man was standing above me asking for the tickets, and I sat up and Mum was on the floor next to me. And I went, "Oh, hello, you're down there."
I know.
And the ticket man was very confused. There was like 3 people sleeping on me.
I decided that I could not sit up any longer, and the floor next down below where Rose was sleeping looked really, really, it looked fine. It was carpeted, it looked clean.
Yeah, just a disclaimer for any Australians watching, European trains are actually really nice.
Yeah, they're a lot
They
cleaner.
have carpet and like they're clean.
Yeah. And the conductor came along and he looked down at me and he went, "Are you all right, madame?" In his lovely English. I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." He said, "Oh, okay." And I gave him my ticket. I stretched over the aisle to where my bag was and pulled out the ticket, and he looked at it and went, "Oh, okay." Put it back and he walked on. I went back to sleep. We were so out of it.
I'm still pretty out of it.
This is the room of recovery. The room that has a shower, a hand basin, and no toilet. It also has the narrowest corridors ever.
I mean, if there wasn't a mirror, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
And a really, really tiny lift.
We've had some small ones, this one takes the cake.
You tell the right
We
story.
decided we'd better get some like plain white rice for dinner because we probably needed to eat something because we'd sort of only had like a banana between the 2 of us all day. Whether any of them would actually give us white rice was another matter.
Plain white rice.
None of them would do it. We went to like 7 places anyway. Ended up, the closest thing we could find to white rice was yellow rice with like meat bits and like seasoning on it.
It tasted like shit.
I kind of had an appetite by that.
Really,
It tasted
really bad
just
choice
like
of words.
sausage. She had like 3 mouthfuls. I had maybe 10.
We realised the
That
next
was
day
it.
we should have just found a supermarket with a rice cracker, but we were stumbling around. I mean, we were really sick. Next morning we managed to find a supermarket and get ourselves a rice cracker.
Yeah.
Plain rice cracker. But
It was really good.
it's just
I ate 3.
yeah, you hoed into it. And I'm going washing it down with lemonade. Yeah, actually it wasn't too bad, was it? Plain rice cracker and lemonade. Tummy's going, very good, very good. So here we are, dragging ourselves around Montpellier.
Even the trams are cheerful. I'm just excited about the fact that I'm excited for food because this time yesterday the thought of food was disgusting. So I'm excited for the fact that I'm excited about food. It's really good. It's really good. It's like the best thing I've ever tasted. It's the only thing I've tasted in like 48 hours, so we're gonna get rid of it.
Yeah. Our tourist train. Ooh, scary dude. The bit of the story that has not yet been told. After the night in Nice, that shall not be named, we got up the next morning.
And Mother said she felt fine.
Yes, and we went off to the hire car company because the idea was that we were going to go and drive up to Le Dev to see another cathedral and then to Leribling to see a Buddhist temple, and we were going to stay up there, and then we were going to go to Les Calas the next day and stuff like that. And it was all planned, and we were going to have a car. I was going to drive a car for 2 days. Now this is something that I was not looking forward to. I had driven in France once before in 2008. I did not enjoy it at all. However,
Just a reminder that this involves, for us, driving on the completely opposite side of the road.
and roundabouts are really tricky when you're going the wrong way round, because it's really, really hard to go right around a roundabout when your whole life you've been going left around a roundabout. No, think about it. Anyway, the other thing that's really, really tricky, when you're driving in a car on the right hand side of the road and you're sitting on the left, is to know where the edge of the car is on your right side. It's actually kind of tricky, but I was prepared to do it. I thought if I say to myself I can do it, I can do it. I'll be fine, you know. Yeah, no problems. So I went up to the man at the counter and got the paperwork and everything, and he said, do you want extra insurance so that we won't charge you 800 euros excess if you have any sort of accident? And I went, and I thought, no, we're being cheap. I'm not going to spend any more money than I need to spend, and I'll be fine. So I said, no insurance, that's fine. I'll be absolutely fine. So we got the bits of paper and off we went across the road to the parking station where the car was, and we went downstairs and we found the car. Got in the car. Got the car going, no problems at all, no problems with the manual. It was a nice smooth clutch change, no stalling, no problems. Drove really slowly in first. I never got out of first gear. Do you realise I never got out of first gear? Okay, so I drove out of the back of the station, the parking station, and they put kind of barriers there to show you where to drive. So it was,
And we've created a little diagram for you using some cutlery.
and as we were driving out through this sort of rubble, suddenly there was this whoomp,
And I saw a hubcap spin into the distance.
and I went, oh shit. Eek. So we pulled off to the side of this little one-way kind of track that we were on and got out, and oops, flat tyre. Not only was it a flat tyre, but
The hubcap had come off and the wheel was dented.
and the rim of the wheel was all dented, and so it was a little teeny weeny tiny accident. And I went, that's it, I'm not doing this. I am so not doing this. So we walked back to the man at the hire car place, and I said, is it too late to take out the insurance? And he said, no, but we'd have to check the car first. And I went, oh, okay, well, if you do that, you're going to find that I've had a very small accident. And yeah, so it went downhill from there. But anyway, the man was extremely pleasant and polite, and he said, well, can you drive it back to the car? And I said, back to the spot. And I said, no, I am not getting in that car again. I am not driving it anywhere. I said, I refuse. I don't want to get in that car. I don't want to get in any car. He said, do you want a new car? I said, no, I've changed my mind. I don't want to drive a car in France anymore. So that was basically the end of that story.
But luckily Mother had booked a luxury hotel for the next night, which we were going to be back in Montpellier for, which was a luxury hotel, and because we were going to be there for her birthday, so we just checked into that one and paid a lot of money for it.
By luxury,
But it was good.
By luxury, she means 3 stars.
3 stars! 3 whole stars!
She means
Not 1!
Yeah,
not 2!
She means 3 stars, not 1, which meant that it had a lift. Twice as wide a corridor, 2 beds instead of 1, and wait for it, voila, a bath. And we get bathroom products.
Last night we had 1.5 towels. Today we have 4!
And a bath mat.
And a bath mat!
A pretty little French courtyard out the window. We're looking for a spot to lie down. It looks like that you might be able to find a patch of grass. What do you reckon? Yes.
Oh yeah, and it's her birthday.
Happy birthday to me. It's so good to finally be able to appreciate all the yummy food that's around. This is so good.
I'm glad we didn't get the fish,
Why?
because it's got eyes. What about the creme brulee on your birthday, Mum?
I am so full. I just want to go to bed.
Let it be known that on her birthday, Mother refused dessert.